We're back at 11:39. Now, last month, the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index showed that the decline in home prices was slowing, suggesting a near bottom for the market.
But earlier today, the mortgage insurer PMI Group said prices could continue to fall in more than half of the largest U.S. cities through the first quarter of 2011.
So what are home buyers and sellers to believe? Well, we have some data today from ZipRealty showing that nearly half of all home sellers have cut prices at least once, many 2 times, as they really adjust to that weak housing market. Well, joining us right now with his view on the housing market is Pat Lashinsky. He's the CEO of ZipRealty, an online real estate brokerage. Pat, good morning.
Good morning.
So talk to me about what you're seeing in terms of housing prices.
Well, I think you're seeing contradictory data because the specific markets are showing different things. One thing that we are saying is that the second derivative of the slowing, the rate of decline, has slowed pretty much across the country. However, that being said, there are a lot of economic factors that seem to continue to put pressure on the markets, particularly in places such as Florida, where we're seeing the number of homes that have had price reductions taken continue to grow to be over 50% of homes. The decline in the percentage of the price that they're having to lower it to get it sold to compete against banks is getting bigger and bigger, which is putting pressure on the prices. However, on the other side of the coin is places like California and Phoenix, where we are seeing that home prices seem to have hit a stabilization point. Foreclosures are getting into multiple offer situation, and the median home price of homes available for sale in the MLS have actually been up for the last 4 months in a row.
So Pat, really so getting a little bit better or a little less bad? What net?
It is getting a little less bad. The thing that's really helped the most so far is affordability. And I've heard some people say, well, affordability is kind of going out of the window with unemployment. But right now, for people who are employed, who have jobs, the low interest rates combined with home prices that are at the lowest level since 2000 have allowed many people who've wanted to buy to get into the market in a time when they haven't previously been able to. That first-time home buyer has really helped stabilize the market and move us to a point where we're getting closer to the stabilization point that we've been looking for.
So, Pat, you're telling us that affordability is no longer a driving issue here?
Affordability is a positive at this point, actually. It's actually something that is a benefit versus what was going on 2 years ago where affordability was a negative. In the time frame that they've tracked affordability, this is the best level, the highest level of affordability in over 30 years for most consumers.
Can you give us a sense of the areas where you have the highest probability of lower prices going forward?
Well, we're going to continue to have great pressure on prices in the Florida markets. Markets such as Jacksonville and Tampa are going to continue to struggle. We have a high percentage of foreclosures there. The job market isn't very strong, and we're seeing that sellers that currently have their homes available for sale are having to take pretty significant declines to get it across. Las Vegas right now continues to show some softness in it. However, that looks like that should be starting to abate now as we get through the foreclosure market and as the Sitter Center comes on and there's a lot of employment coming on throughout the country.
Pat, oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
I'm just curious, on the flip side, what markets seem to be holding up or showing maybe not such significant price declines?
Well, there have been a number of markets that seem to be doing pretty well right now. If we look at a market like Denver, Denver seems to be doing very, very well considering the conditions that everyone else in the country is facing. The percentage of homes that are being sold at foreclosure is low. The declines that sellers are having to take is small. The average home price decline has been low, and the demand continues to be fairly strong. Salt Lake City is another market that continues to show good strength overall. Houston has been an interesting market as well. It's been up and down right now. It seems to be showing some pretty good strength in terms of being able to hold, but the big fear is what happens with the oil prices because the Texas market is very affected by what happens with oil prices still.
All right, Pat Lashinsky, President and CEO of ZipRealty, joining us from San Francisco. Pat, thanks.